Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Hello farmers, welcome back to Ravenport. Down here at the chicken farm we are harvesting the beautiful barley that we planted a few days ago. It's kind of been ready for a while in the past few episodes. But the way our episodes are going, with so many fields, we're not actually skipping hardly any time now. It's almost like running at 1 time or sometimes 5 times. I think about as fast as I've been going lately. All the fields, all the work that we're doing, I don't have much time to speed up time, except for the day it rained. The day it rained, it kind of pushed everything together now. So all the fields were like ready at the same time, and we're trying to expand or make a grass field. And missed a patch of barley there because of the steepness of the hill. So seems like everything is ready at once. And we're just trying to move things around as well. Kind of getting the farm in order so when we leave here, whoever takes over will have it easier, or easy, compared to when we came here. I think we are getting close to leaving Ravenport. I mean, obviously, I think this might be actually episode 100. I think it is, actually. So, yeah, it's about time to move on. There's a couple maps out there I gotta take a quick look at, see if it's anything that I'm interested in. I think one of them is. So we might be moving there sometime soon. But I want to take a quick look at it, run around, make sure it's a map that kind of suits my style. But yeah, it is time to move on from Ravenport because I don't want to say the fun has started to leave me on Ravenport, only because, you know, I kind of like having like a loan to pay off, and that's kind of interesting that the header does not want to harvest that section of barley. Okay, it did that time. But yeah, the challenge on this map is kind of gone now because we got, what, 75% of the fields, something like that, and the money's coming in really quick now. So yeah, it's going to be time to move on. I'm hoping to hear at some point today from the owner. We've been texting back and forth about the grass field, and I kind of told him that I'll be leaving sometime soon to start my own farm. And you know, he's very supportive about it. So yeah, so that's why I'm kind of interested about my payments, so I can kind of figure out how I'm going to move on from here. So he said he'll get back to me at some point in the afternoon, which we're almost in the afternoon hours, and we'll start discussion about it. I have a figure in mind. I don't know what he has for a figure in mind, but we shall see what he comes back with, or I shouldn't say come back with, but starts with. But in the meantime, my focus is on this farm, trying to get as much money as possible, because that's kind of my idea of how I'm going to get paid. So we shall see. We shall see what he says. I want to see what he says first, and then you know, it's like anything. When you go to buy something, you have a price in mind, and the person that's selling, you want to hear what they want to give to you first, and then you try to negotiate. But as for this episode here, we're going to try to get these fields turned around, the barley fields down here by the chicken farm. I don't know what I'm going to plant next. And then definitely bring, well, I guess the New Holland is what's hooked up to the Cathedral. Bring them on down here and take care of these fields and replant the cotton field and the field across, which will also become a cotton field. I am interested to see, because I did that test in field 7. We had cotton there. I ran over some harvested cotton stalks and then planted, and I didn't have the same problem I've been having next to the restaurant. So we replowed the field by the restaurant and see if that fixed the problem, because now I've been running patch 1.3 for a while now, and I can't remember if I plowed that since patch 1.3 or not. So by plowing it, we kind of like reset the field. So I'm waiting to plant some cotton there, harvest it, and then run over some cotton stalks and see if I still have the same problem in that field, because it's very curious to see what's going on there, why that was a thing. No one has said watching my videos saying, oh yeah, I've had that same problem. I think it would only happen if you have crop destruction on. So I mean, if you don't have crop destruction on, you're not going to obviously hurt your crops, so it wouldn't affect you at all. And I only did it after I harvested the cotton, so I have no idea. But anywho, we're just about done harvesting the beautiful barley. I have picked up some of the hay in the field by the spinnery, and the barn, our storage barn, is pretty much full of hay. So the rest of the hay we need to sell or put up another barn. I don't think we need to put up another barn. I think for now the amount of straw and hay that we have in storage is more than enough to take care of the cows, sheep, pigs, and horses. I'm trying to think of all the animals that need hay or straw. Let me check the map just to make sure. These fields might need lime, because it's been a while actually. So yes, our New Holland, which might be still right here, yes. He actually seeded this whole field in one go, did not need to be refilled. As for lime, wow, I think I had to refill that 3 times, something like that. Yes, we're harvested, doesn't need anything. And yes, it needs lime. Alright, so that's not a problem. So we need to do some lime. So I think what we'll do is we'll get the New Holland down, planting some cotton in the fields across. And but first we got to pick, and while that's doing that, I need to pick up the straw here. And then, of course, spread some lime, and then we could seed these fields with whatever. I'll wait for this to empty. Then I'm going to see what our wheat, barley, oats situation is. I may need to do some oats, because I think we only have like 40,000 liters of oats. I'm not too concerned about feeding the animals anymore. And actually, guess what? I think we have reached our limit on how much barley can go in here. So I may have to feed the chickens some. I was just going to say, I don't care about feeding the animals anymore, because we may not be here long enough to where they run out of food. The pigs, when they reach 75 each, that means they're full. So they're getting close. Yeah, everyone's dirty. But see, this is what I like about 19 over 17. The cleanliness in 17, when it was at 0, their productivity, well, I can't say that word, was down quite a bit. In 19, it doesn't drop as much. So the animal clean mod, I don't need it as much as I did. In 17, I had the Lely Juno that cleaned everything, and then I had the table manners mod. Our cows are doing rather well, except they're dirty as well. Chickens, yeah, they could use some wheat and barley, so I think we'll top off the chickens, and then I might be able to store the rest. So if I come in here, yeah, 100,000, we got plenty of wheat, so oats. We'll probably plant some oats. What's the canola prices? Not so well. This is good news right here. Soybeans, we got almost 200,000 liters, and the price is going up. We're almost at 1,500. The best price I've seen is like 1,800. So that would be beautiful if that reached that high. How are the eggs doing? Because we do have a good amount of eggs. I think they readjusted in patch 1.3 the milk prices, because milk prices have gone up that I've seen. Grass, hay and straw kind of sucks right now. So actually, I'm probably better off. We actually got hay. I'm probably better off just selling the hay up at the BGA, because yeah, the price is just about the same, but I'll get some digestate out of it. The straw, unfortunately, is going to have to go up to the barn, and that price sucks. But it's not much to cry over at this point. So, yeah, I need to get some things situated here. because I don't really have a tractor to hook up to the trailer to feed the chickens. So, yeah, I need to get some things situated. I'll bring it back in a little while and see where we are. Down here in our quote-unquote old grass field with the case tractor, we got the rest of the hay, and I've actually decided to skip the BGA and just go up to the barn and sell it there, because it's not that much. The New Holland is across the street. He is putting cotton back down in that field right there. Actually, did I just notice? I'm curious here. Alright, he seems to be doing... Yeah, it's getting cotton everywhere, so that's what I want to see, just to make sure. So, on up to the barn to sell a little bit of hay that we have. And then we'll head over to the chicken farm to pick up the straw, and we'll sell that as well. Inconveniently, the way this road is angled, we'll get around it. We got about $3,000 for the hay that we delivered. And this is our first load of straw from the chicken farm. The price, as we saw before, not that great, but I really don't have anything else to do with this straw right now. So we're selling it. I mean, it's still $5,600 in the bank account. Now I just need to go back down, collect the rest, and usually I end up with like another 70,000 liters, somewhere around there. So we'll probably get like $4,500 on the next load. How close am I? We're about to find out. And now for the second load. 78,000. So I said 70. We're at 78. So I was not that close with it, really. But price-wise, how close am I? Probably not as close, because I also thought I wasn't going to get as much, so I was guessing 4,500. And we're at 49, so that wasn't too bad. But now it's time to take the loading wagon back. We'll park the loading wagon up. We'll use the case tractor, hook up the small trailer that we have. I forgot the name of it already there. It's going over my head. But we'll unload the harvester, and we'll top off the chickens. Hopefully we can top off the chickens. Actually, I shouldn't do that just yet. I actually need to clean the chickens, which means put feed back into the trough. So, but at least we'll put it into the trailer. So that way, if the combine will be free in case our fields up by the BGA get ready to be harvested, I could start doing that. So yeah, we'll fill up the trailer anyways. Something's got to be done with that barley. In our beautiful John Deere tractor, spreading some lime now. Filled it up after it got done in field 45, as I call it, which is this field 4 and 5. If you're wondering, like, there's 45 fields? Nah, just it's the combination of field 4 and 5. Shouldn't have to refill doing these fields, that's for darn sure. We'll knock these fields out, and yes, our New Holland tractor should be done, for the most part, seeding the cotton field. And then it'll be time to head across the street, and I think we will seed that field, because that field's going to be a little bit complicated, I do believe, to seed. So we'll help it out a little bit. After we get done spreading some lime down, though. But this shouldn't take us too long. No, couldn't make that corner. Usually I do, so. Well, the fields are all limed up over there. So now we're over here just helping out the New Holland finish off. He didn't quite get this section here. I don't know why Courseplay doesn't like this section of the field, but we'll get it done. We'll put some cotton down. Just like that. And now it's time to head across the street. Put some cotton down in that field. And I think we will do the job ourselves, because that field is oddly shaped. I probably could try as I drive through the brush, as one does. You know, I probably could try Courseplay, but I figure a little bit of a seeding ourselves is not going to hurt, and it's not that big of a field. So hopefully our New Holland should have no problem going up and around the hills. And this should get a second stage of fertilization on it as well, because it already has one stage. And then I'm actually, instead of, maybe I should put oats in that field one more time. I don't know, I'm thinking about actually putting some cotton down over by the chicken farm. I don't know. I'll have to make my mind pretty soon though, because once we get this done, he's going over there to do something. I think what I'll have to do is I'll have to check the status of the horses and see, just to make sure they do have enough food to last them a while. Because I'm not really sure how many more in-game days will be here. But as long as they got more than enough, then I'm not going to worry about it too much, because it's only 2 days. So yeah, probably let's put some cotton down over there. Boy, this is a steep hill, apparently. It slows us way down. Yeah, Courseplay probably could do this field. It'd just probably be a little bit confused. I might hit some trees and other things, who knows. Actually, it's starting to look weird already just because there's not grass growing here. Well, we can kiss our old grass field goodbye. Now it's nothing but cotton. Old times, they are not forgotten. Let's fold this right on up. And I do want to check, like I said, the horses. I'm pretty sure they're fine on oats for a while. Oh yeah, we just topped them off a couple days ago. How many more days? 3 more days before we sell some horses. Okay. Not that we need the money, but you know, I gotta start planning ahead for whoever's going to take over this farm, so make sure we leave everything in good hands. I don't want to leave the farm owner, leave in bad taste. That's what you don't want to do. And I don't want to leave the new farm manager coming in all confused and flustered, not knowing what's going on with the farm and having so much work to do when he comes walking in, which he may have, because there's a lot of fields going on. A lot of fields. So we are going to plant cotton over here as well, just because we can. And a worker is going to do everything over here, but I will help out with this field up here first. I did put lime down, but the one thing I didn't check, it doesn't need to be plowed, does it? It shouldn't. These fields are kind of weird. This periodic plowing, I'm not quite sure how that's working. Let's unfold this once again. Lower the bridge. Turn on the cathedral. I always do the top row first now, and then seed downhill up in this corner, because this is rather steep. Seems like ages ago I expanded this field when I bought it. That was like, what, episode 5 or 6 or something, somewhere around there. This field never really came up this high before until we expanded it. And now we go downhill, like a roller coaster. And now we can set off on a worker. Start down here because it's so close to the pens and paddocks that sometimes the workers don't want to come down this far. But if I start him down here, he should be fine. That bird's having a fit in the field. I don't know what that bird's doing, but whatever. So we are pretty much set here, double fertilization on that field because it was a grass field. Yeah, you can see the original size of the field. We kind of double that field. Merge these fields together. So now we got cotton here. Everything's looking good. Looks like weeds have started to grow in certain areas, but nothing on our fields. So these fields here will be ready to be harvested probably next episode. But what we're going to do now is find the Massey Ferguson, because I have no idea where it is. I thought it was down. It is down here. Need to grab that. So we can go take care of our animals. We need to go clean them all out. Just so the productivity can go back up to 100%. And then maybe we can empty our barley trailer that's back at the chicken farm. And yeah, it'll be time to wrap up the episode. And I need to start cleaning some of this stuff up because all of our equipment seems to be down here. From making our new grass field and working in this. Well, all the tractors are gone that worked in that field. But let's head on over. We'll clean the pigs, the sheep. Sometime in the evening hours, another 10 hours or so, our pigs will be full. Full. So we'll sell another hundreds. That's another 100 grand in our, well, in the farm's pocket. Yep, this beautiful Massey Ferguson, one of the day one from buying that. I'm a little curious what happened in patch 1.3 because now the manure seems to be growing. Well, not in the center, but we need to take care of the manure down here. Probably bring it up to the BGA and just sell it outright. And get some digestate for it. And some cash for it as well. So next episode will probably be a little bit of harvesting and selling some manure and some slurry. Actually, I probably won't sell the slurry. What I could do is fertilize the fields, the cotton fields, with some slurry. I could use a helper, and you could always turn on the helper to get the slurry from the pens. So if I ever run out, instead of bringing a tanker down, I could just fill them up that way. Cheating it up a little bit, but you know, you do what you can. How are we doing on the wool? Not too bad. We sold wool not long ago. I like how messy the sheep look, and then you pick up the hay, and like there's not much there. Alright, on up to the cows. We'll grab the silage that's in their mess and sell that to BGA. Then I'll be down to clean up the chickens. So here we are at the chickens, and once again, for some reason, I don't know if it's the way it's placed or whatever, but I'm not getting 2 piles of chicken feed on the ground like we will at the other one. So you saw like 1 pile of chicken feed that spilt over from the mess they made, and this one here is going to have 2, so I don't know if it's the placing of it. I don't know. There's 2 piles in this one, so I guess I'm losing some feed underground or something like that, maybe. There we go. So The animals are all nice and clean. As we can see, the eggs are just about full once again, which is just fabulous. So we'll just wait until they're full and go ahead and sell them when the price is somewhere around $3,000, something like that, which they kind of are now. This guy is done. So let's take him on down here. Probably have to fold up here. That'd probably be the smart thing to do. The last thing I need to be doing is breaking the equipment around here when I'm trying to negotiate what my worth is around this farm. Nothing better to say, hey, I think I'm worth a lot. By the way, that seedroll that we own, I kind of destroyed it because I was too lazy to fold it up. So I'm trying to remember, I think when we started the farm, came over here and started buying land and buying this farm, I think one of these fields may have had cotton in it. And I said, well, that's just great. I don't have nothing to harvest cotton with. Now here I am putting cotton in the fields. And I'm going to double check on the chickens. I think the chickens, we got enough food for the chickens, so I think we may just sell that barley probably at the restaurant just to get the cash. I don't think we need to top off the chickens. But we'll double check on the chickens, and I think we'll probably sell that somewhere. The restaurant's the closest one, so we'll probably just bring it there, unless the price is just god-awful. Then maybe I'll just have the trailer sit there for a day or so. The ravens can feast on it if they want. I don't know. I mean, if the price is just somewhat decent, then let's go ahead and sell that. Well, hopefully, when it comes time to harvest this cotton, we got a great price like we do now at $3,000. That would be just great. Cotton is something that you can't really store. Well, I guess, I mean, you can get a shed or something, put the cotton bales underneath there. That's one thing I do like about the cotton harvest that we have, because the bales are 100,000 liters. The in-game bales are 20,000 liters, so that's like 5 times as much per bale. So you wouldn't have as many bales. Less storage you need for that amount. But as we saw, like, we just had cotton in field 7. And, what do we have, like 75,000 liters out of that field? Not too bad. That'd be like almost 4 cotton bales on a regular harvester. And ours didn't even pop out one, so... I do like that cotton harvester, other than that working width thing. But other than that, I like that, you know, having the option to change the color of a tractor or equipment. I like that. I mean, who doesn't? And there we have it. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cotton fields down here. The south of the map is all cotton, basically. Now I got like 3 tractors down here, so... Actually, I got 4 tractors down here. Who knew when I bought the Fendt? I'm like, yeah, now I got more than enough tractors. Now it's like, yes and no. So what is the price of barley at the restaurante? $8.75. Kind of not good. Pork grain elevator, it's almost $200. It is $200 more, better. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll just wait until this price tops out, and we'll just go sell at the pork grain elevator probably the beginning of the next episode. Soybeans still climbing up, which is good because, well, you can see we almost got 200,000 liters on it. So, still haven't heard from the owner, but he said, in the afternoon you get a hold of us and it's only 1 o'clock. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens there. As for the eggs, it won't take long before it comes time to, like I said, sell eggs there. So we'll have pretty close to 40, almost 80,000 liters of eggs to sell. I think did a box disappear in there, or was that my imagination? Shouldn't have. But the chickens all seem good. A couple more days and we'll be able to sell some horses as well. Help out the farm even more. But right now, let's see, how are we doing here? So if we look at the map, yeah, cotton. Yeah, I thought about buying this field here, but to me, that's a lot of land for a small field. And yeah, to me, it's not worth it. I was kind of curious about field number 2 when I was, well, field 12, if you will, or whatever. It's kind of weird that we own out to the ocean, lake, whatever this actually is. I don't know. Kind of interesting there. The owner, like I said, the owner didn't want me to expand because he's going to do something here. I don't know if he's going to, if we'll be doing something there for him, or he's going to do it, or wait until we leave, or what happens. But for now, that's where we stand. Standing in the field. But that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I do appreciate you watching as always. And I'll catch you next time in Ravenport. But until then, have a good one.